My friends, hello. Today, let's talk about one of my favorite subjects, which is considered to be somewhat controversial, but I think it's really, really important. It is that there is no such thing as right and wrong. So, when I say that, there's usually an immediate gut reaction that people have of like, whoa, 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 and good, because there should be. We're all raised in the Western society that we've been raised in to believe that there is a one unified right and a one unified wrong. And while that serves us well in a lot of cases, it actually causes a ton of problems in dyadic conflict, so two-sided conflict. Think of anything that has two sides. Stereotypically, we could look at gun control or abortion or gay rights or most simply just Republicans and Democrats. Okay, anything that has two different sides that clash is considered dyadic conflict. The challenge with believing that there is a right and a wrong is that, and this is specifically in regards to moral issues. I'm not talking about time or the sky is blue or things that are generally accepted to have one unified truth. What I'm talking about is in regards to morality and ethics. When there is more than one side in a moral or ethical issue, the implication is that there cannot be a right or a wrong. Otherwise, everyone would all believe the same thing. We'd all be of one political party, or we'd all believe one of the two sides of any argument, and it would just be the extreme outliers that say, well, what about this? But the reality is there's so many of us who believe within our tribalistic camps that what I say is right and what you say is wrong. And the challenge with having that be the reality is that it creates a world where nobody communicates, nobody works together, nobody learns from one another. And this has been exacerbated by social media. This has been exacerbated by really just the media dialogue that's been going on for a couple decades, maybe longer than that even. And what happens is people go into their little echo chambers and they get reinforced what they believe, and that's all they ever hear, and they think that everyone I talk to must believe the same thing, and therefore there's just some people out there who are crazy. That's not true. What is true is people believe what they believe based on the sum of their life experiences. You believe what you believe because of the things that have happened in your life. I believe what I believe because of the things that have happened in my life. So when somebody says what you're saying isn't true, what they're actually saying is, your experiences didn't happen. And how would they know? You were there. You know your experiences happened. Your experiences informed your beliefs. Good, bad, and different. Your experiences informed your beliefs. And your beliefs have now formed how you behave and how you interact and who you interact with and what you choose to do. And when we go into these little bubble chambers and these silos of people who just believe what I believe, and I'm only getting reinforced with what I want to hear, we don't learn, we don't grow, and we actually become more insular, and it drives down the ability to work collaboratively. That's really the core challenge with this type of belief that there is such thing as right and wrong, is we have come to a point where people aren't willing to listen to the fact that there could be another way. I want to be very clear. My argument here is not to try to change anyone's opinion. My argument is not to encourage anyone to change their opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. You're right to have it. You're welcome to have it. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion. What I'm encouraging is the recognition that just because you believe something doesn't mean it is the one right way. What you believe and what I believe could be diametrically opposite from one another, and in our own minds, we could both be right. Because in regards to ethics and morality, there is not one unified truth. And if there is not one unified truth, there is no such thing as right and wrong. So what do we do from here? The logical jumping off point from here, whenever I introduce this concept to people, because I'm writing a book about it, this was my master's thesis. Anytime I introduced this, it was perceived to be highly controversial and also interesting, because it's different from what a lot of people talk about. Where do we go? Anarchy is the logical next solution. Anarchy is not what I'm advocating for. What instead I'm advocating for is collaboration, is to seek to understand another person, to ask questions, to learn why they believe what they believe, not so that you can change your opinion, but so that you can understand a differing opinion. And when you understand a differing opinion, you're not going to be so damning of a differing opinion. You're going to be more likely to be accepting and tolerant. And what happens when, as a people, we are all more accepting and tolerant of differing opinions is we can collaborate, we can work together, and we can find middle ground that serves everyone as opposed to just one side, which is what we see very often in our political system right now. So for you as a leader, recognize the people on your team do not believe what you believe. Your spouse may not believe what you believe. You may not believe what you believe. There's going to be times when you're going to be conflicted with yourself. This is normal. Conflict is healthy and normal. There's nothing wrong with conflict. It's how we react to it. It's what we do with it. And if we choose to be thoughtful and intentional, what we can do is we can seek to understand other people and then be more open and tolerant and accepting and find middle ground that benefits more people.